Today we're going to go over the basics and the foundation of what digital marketing means. Stay tuned. Hi everybody, welcome to today's video. Today we're just going to quickly go over the foundations of what digital marketing is. So just to give you an idea of what I talk about digital marketing when we're going to go over these different things, there's 5 major categories that I say are relevant today. However, these categories are consistently growing because digital marketing is growing at a rate that is almost immeasurable. So the digital marketing foundation is based on your website, paid advertising, search engine optimization, social media, and email marketing. Those are 5 major pillars of digital marketing. So each one of these are important for their own purposes, whether they be for attracting clients, whether they be for projecting your message, or whether they be for maintaining relationships that you already have. So one big thing that we talk about with digital marketing is that you need to know the difference between owned media, borrowed media, and paid media. So what I mean by that, there's 3 different things. Owned media means things that you own that cannot be taken away from you. Now, when I say this, I'm talking about websites and email marketing. Those 2 platforms are things that you actually own and are parts of your brand. This means that there's no algorithm changes, there's no changes in policy as far as what you need to pay or different things that affect you. Now, you may need to change hosts, you may need to change email providers at some point for different reasons, but that homepage and that email marketing list, they are yours. So what I mean when I'm talking about borrowed media is typically the social media platforms. These are great for outreach and they are amazing at building an audience that is receptive to hearing your message. However, at any point, any of these platforms can change the rules. So different platforms that I'm talking about here are Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Vimeo. There's a lot of different ones out there and they change on a consistent basis. So you just need to understand that these are great tools for reaching out and actually gathering an audience, but at any point, those platforms can actually sever your connection with your audience. That's why it is so important to use this borrowed media to go back to your own media. So this is why it's important still in today's world to have a good website and to build your email list. Again, those are the only ways that you own that regardless of what any of these platforms do, you can push people back to those properties. So if, for example, when Facebook changed their algorithm, you saw a dramatic drop in your outreach for any post. So you used to be able to have most of your audience see your post, and now for a lot of companies, you're lucky if it's 2%. So that has a dramatic impact on both your reach and ultimately your bottom line. So if you've spent time keeping people on your own media and all of a sudden these platforms make a change that is not conducive to your business, if you own their email address or you have access to their email address and they've said, yes, you can email me, you can email them and you can push them to either a new platform that is being a little more friendly towards your outreach, or you can send it back to your website. You can always do a blog or something similar to that, or take those same posts that you're making on Facebook and put them on your website where people can actually get a notification from email and they can see that post. So it's important just to understand that these borrowed media tools are extremely great for outreach, community building, communication in that manner. But you are ultimately kind of at the mercy of those platforms and any changes that they make from now until you decide not to be on them anymore. So it's just something to keep in mind. Now, when I talk about paid media, this one is pretty simple and most people understand this. I'm talking about advertising. Now, there's a lot of different ways to advertise in digital media. So we're not going to get into all the different ways, but the thing to know about paid media is your ultimate goal is to get people from paid media where you're paying for them to see or interact with your brand to one of your own or your borrowed medias. So you want to pay, say it's $5 for a lead. You want to pay $5 for that lead, but you want to ensure that you consistently have access to talk to that person. So the big goal here is take the paid media, which is things like Facebook advertising, YouTube advertising, Google AdWords, programmatic banner ads, other things like that. All of them have varying degrees of success and are used better for different types of campaigns. So you need to make sure you understand what you're trying to do, what you're trying to accomplish. But in the end, your ultimate goal is to basically either sell your product with this paid advertising, or to get them on either a owned or a borrowed media platform where you no longer need to continue to pay for access to that person. So this is really, really important, and one of the big reasons why paid media fails for people that don't have a full plan. If you think that you're going to be able to just spend some money, get some views, get some clicks, maybe get some sales, you're going to find that you're going to have a struggle with paid advertising or paid media, because there needs to be kind of a back end to that entire system. So if you're paying a certain amount for that lead, you need to understand your lifetime value of the customer, and you need to know how you're going to contact them in the future. So take them from paid advertising, put them on your email list. Take them from paid advertising, get them on your Facebook group or your Facebook page, or get them to follow you on Twitter. Some way where you can consistently continue your conversation and tell people why they should do business with you. All right, I hope you enjoyed taking this look at the foundation of digital marketing with me. These are just 3 ways that I look at digital marketing as far as an overall strategy. You need to know what you own, what you borrow, and what you need to pay to access. So these are 3 different parts that ultimately all need to work in synchronization and work together to have a successful digital marketing campaign. You can work with each one individually and grow them, but if you take a step back and look at the holistic view, all 3 of these are consistently interacting. I want to say thank you for joining me for this video. If you like videos like this or you want to learn more about digital marketing, please subscribe below, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, bye.